Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
We were on the previous patch for now.
I know, are they just like
too much to
are
kind
they
of
forgetting
fight
what
for?
patch we're on? I don't know. It looks like they're gonna fight for it anyway. 6 minutes. Just some good old-fashioned tradition here. It's gonna be first blood picked up for WE as Jue got immediately one-shot, and now Shadow is in some trouble as well. He's gonna get taken down by Karis immediately, 2-0 for Team WE in a fight that really shouldn't have happened in my opinion.
Into the back pocket.
I mean, this is crazy. FPX were the one who rotated their bot lane first, and they're going to lose all three of those grubs. They're going to try to respond, though, with a play as Taeyun immediately getting chunked out and taken down by Shadow. Here comes Monkey, though, to try to make it a bit of an even fight. Goes in with a grand entrance to Grand Starfall, but now is going to get taken down as well. Another stun connects from Jue. Shadow jumps forward, and Assume picks up the second kill for FPX.
Back actually does it!
Oh my goodness! Taking him down immediately as the minions fall. The dredge line and the turret help Vampire out things if they want to. Monkey right now around that bottom side as the mid laners have kind of rotated down there. Meanwhile, Shadow up top lane, maybe looking for a play alongside Sheer on a cube. Already being stopped onslaught pop. There comes the dump forward from Shadow, and a very easy kill picked up from FPX.
There we go. Both of these junglers very proactive on the map at the moment. Exactly what we want to see from Shadow after he'd had some inactivity issues. So key. The Neferi is going to be a big part of being able to win because there's a ton of squishy, high damage carry options that you want to be trying to play for. Both Cube. Oh, hang on. Shadow.
Oh, nice cancel from Shadow. Using the target to get away from that depth charge. We'll see if it matters, though. The Chain of Corruption hits from Taeyun. Nice flash ulti from him. And it should result in Shadow going down and a nice chunk of gold going over to the Varus.
Oh, I really didn't think that Chains of Corruption was going to hit. Looked like it was on the very edges of the hitbox. Went on to take from FPX.
Karis is TP as well if he wants to use it. There he goes onto that pink ward in the bush, but it's going to get canceled by Karis. Just way too obvious of a location to be using that summoner spell. And now it'll only be a 3v3 with Assume already chunked out. Sheer is here, but does not have the unstoppable onslaught. He's going to use that decimating smash to try to lock down Taeyun. Dwayne jumping in as well, and it will be a 1-for-1 so far. But Monkey now jumps in, lands that Comet Spear, and will take him down for a double kill going towards the Pantheon. Now Sheer still alive, but in a 1v3, going to try to get one back on a Vampire, but it will not happen. Dredge line back in, and Team WE winning out on that fight, and on the bottom lane as well, as Karis will pick up the kill on the Care.
Oh, it's a complete... That delays the death of his friends, but not enough.
And just overall taking a look at this fight as a whole, nicely done by Monkey to find himself a couple of kills, and then Sheer just doesn't have any damage, actually starting up the Rift Herald.
WE, they can potentially go and try play around this one. Jue could have a bit of a flank right now, and you can see the hesitancy out of WE. They don't know where everyone is.
Yeah, Monkey's not in the area for Smite just yet, but here comes that Grand Starfall. Shadow already has to pop the untargetable, but Assume diving onto the back line, taking down Taeyun, and Jue somehow gets the Rift Herald. So right now it's a 2-for-2 in terms of kills right now. Cube gonna go down here as Care picks up another kill, but the seismic shove will connect onto the Ahri as well. Karis still very big on the front line, on the back line here, and Monkey doing the work. It's a triple kill for the Pantheon, and the Scion will fall as well. All of a sudden it's a quadra kill for Monkey, and an ace picked up for Team WE.
They were hesitant, but the second that they knew where the majority of members were, WE go flying in. Monkey with that quadra kill. He is popping off right here on the Pantheon. I think Pantheon's been one of the best look champions for him. He can be so proactive on it. You can see with that Grand Starfall down across multiple members in that team fight, just shredding through people.
In the last match time that these two teams faced off, and that was not a result that was necessarily expected at the time, but the way WE have been playing, I mean, this is certainly starting to become the norm here for this team.
Where we have time to breathe, think about what the next play is going to be. Apparently the answer is a dive onto Cube.
Yeah, it's going to match. Teleport from Karis is coming in, and there's just not enough DPS to put down onto this Rumble, who immediately pops the Equalizer and might look to try to turn things around a little bit here. In comes Jue as well as Vampire, but it's going to be the WE support here first, landing that dredge line here onto the Rel, knocking him up with the depth charge. In comes Taeyun as well. That Rel's all but toast here as Karis will shut him down. A 1-for-0 off of that play that was started by FPX.
Indeed it was. The Atakan going to be needed to either be a little bit safer or have the rest of the team go in with him. Fortunately for the support for FPX, neither of those end up happening. And it is going to be that bot tower over to...
Better and better as their young careers continue to evolve here in the LPL. FPX still looking for something. They're going to try to find it here on a cube, and they most likely will, as Assume camping out of the bot lane will be able to pick that one up. Question is now, what can WE get? Because on the top side of the map, that's that Otacon that you were talking about, immediately getting started up.
Yeah, the second that you show that many members down towards the bottom side of the map, the Atakan always going to fall. Homebound Atakan going over to WE right here. The response was an attempted push onto the mid lane out of FPX, but that's not going to end up happening. You do manage to rotate Taeyoon over to that one to stop the push, so you get yourself a kill and the bot lane tier 1 tower with a little bit of objective bounty gold in response for the Atakan.
So now Team WE's objective becomes that objective here in the Dragon Pit. As currently Shear's getting targeted out here, but Monkey will get knocked up. Immediately jumping in with the killer instinct is Assume, and Shadow comes in as well. It's a full-on engage here for Team FPX, but they just don't have the juice. They have no damage. Shear's gonna go down already. It's a 2-for-1 overall in the fight. Equalizer comes out from Cube. It separates the rest of the remaining survivors of FPX, and Team WE win out on yet another skirmish.
Yeah, they do manage to get the kill right here onto Monkey, so it is something. It's a decent little shutdown to be able to grab it for yourselves, but they're going to lose this tier 2 tower in the bottom side of the map as well. An 18-second where everybody is at with that Drake down on the bottom side of the map. Yeah, you can see multiple members right here of WE have headed down to be able to pick this one up for themselves, and that is now going to be sole point available for WE.
I think it's really starting to fall apart here for Fun Plus Phoenix as another play might be opening up here. Monkey gonna go in with the Grand Starfall, immediately get knocked up on the disadvantage smash, and just one shot. And now FPX have the angle that could potentially turn this game around. A Charm lands on a Taeyoon. Assume jumps in with a killer instinct. And now it is WE who have to be on the retreat. Their soul laners are still alive. They still do a lot of damage, but FPX go 3-for-1 overall.
Yes, they're very good at getting themselves early leads through the aggression of Monkey, but the aggression of Monkey doesn't stop at any point. He continues to be aggressive throughout the entirety of the game. Sheer currently in the bottom side. Oh, Shadow, no.
Nice usage of that untargetable here. Gonna keep him alive. Oh, Care! Flash over the dredge line. Only lane to the charm on a Vampire. But here comes the choo-choo train. Sheer jumping in with that unstoppable onslaught. Is a little bit far forward. Finally going in. And now it is Jway who gets locked up by the chain of corruption and taken down. The front line of FPX going a little bit too far forward. And that'll cost them 2 more kills as WE can now turn their sights towards the Baron.
You've still got a couple of high damage carries available for FPX or WE. They need to be careful. Need to play Gatekeeper right here. Stop Shadow from being able to get into the pit and potentially steal this Baron away. They've done the hard bit at the start of this fight, though, getting down these main tanky carries.
Vampire looks for a hook on a Care, not able to find it. That Baron is going to get taken down with ease as nobody from FPX can jump in without their front line alive. Assume not even going for the play, instead trying to burst down this tier 1. But now Monkey jumping in with the Grand Starfall, going to try to take him down. Assume will survive at least for a little bit longer, but the Weaver's Wall has found Care, and Taeyoon will take him down. Another kill going the way of Team WE. And now it is the 2 carries left alive that are not in a very good situation. There's no empowered recalls. Assume will drop. It's a delayed, but still almighty ace picked up for Team WE with the Baron now in their hand. For Team Fun Plus Phoenix. Certainly starting to fall apart a little bit. Assume is strong. Don't get me wrong. 3.5 items, but hey, Taeyoon's right there as well. And the big will be able to jump on out with a crash out. And so mid lane will become the priority here. Only 1 lane is being played right now for WE, but they just want to try to force this one down.
Shadow's got a little bit of a flank on right now, but I don't know if he's going to be able to step up.
Unstoppable onslaught. It is not going to find a target. Vampire goes in onto Jway, and they will take the rel down with ease. Sheer the next target. The chain of corruption follow-ups onto Assume, and that means that he's going down as well. Shadow very far away, very isolated from the rest of his team, and that means Team WE can ignore him and instead turn their sights to the base.
Yeah, they've still got these Baron-empowered minions pushing forwards. Care, the only member right here, trying to defend at this point. Not going to be able to stop the inhibitor tower going down. Not going to stop the inhibitor from falling. And actually, with the base TP coming through as well, WE, they want to close this one out.
It's just over, folks. It's Team WE marching into the base of Team FPX. And that will be how this Game 1 concludes. Couple of back and forths, a couple of wacky team fights overall, but WE looking to repeat history as they take Game 1 of this best-of-3 series.
Trundle in the jungle, I think, makes this so exciting to watch for WE. This is an entirely different kind of composition to what they had previously. It's still pretty team fight. Both your cleanse and your flash right here. Monkey, yeah, like you said, just gonna go straight back and do it all again.
Has the pillar. Meanwhile, up on the top side is going to be Cube in some trouble, and it looks like Shadow might pick it up for first blood, but what will happen on the bot side? Assume's already down, and they're going to go for the redive onto Jway with relative ease. Monkey on the Trundle, making some impact known in the bottom lane. 2-1 in favor of WE.
Oh, it works out for them, but it wasn't necessarily needed. Instead, in this game, bot laners stick around because of the early pressure that Vampire and Taeyun have established for themselves down in the bottom side of the map. They're going to be able to just pick themselves up this early Drake nice and easily. And this is the thing, right? It's not going to be that standard 1-for-1 trade that we saw throughout the entirety of split number 1 and most of split number 2, where you just trade a Drake for the first 3 set of grubs. The timings are split enough that you can do it differently, and now Monkey potentially looking for another dive down on the bottom side of the map.
Still no flash onto Assume, so that pillar is going to keep him there for a long time. Nice cancel from Jue, but Taeyun will shift over and try to take down Assume. The Mystic Shot goes wide, and that means it'll be a 1-for-1 trade as both AD carries end up going down.
Oh, not ideal right there. Taeyun got a little bit too aggressive. He didn't need to. You could have waited a couple of seconds. A couple more autos would have been able to pick up that kill. And we've seen that the redive potential very strong right here from
Push in
W.
the mid lane. However, Vision set up really nicely around the grub pit for Team Fun plus Phoenix. So they'll know exactly what W are up to. As Jue goes in for the engage on a Vampire, who is level 6, both supports. Having those ultimates, another key part of this new patch change. And the first grub already secured by WE. However, FPX wanted to go ahead and go back in and make sure not all 3 go their way. The fight going to be unfolding here. Solar Flare does not find a stun. Jue landing a charm on a 3. And the bullet time comes through. And a huge engage comes through from Karis as well. And FPX have already picked up 2 in the fight. Cube with the call of the Forge God. Knocks up 2. But Karis is going to go down to Shadow. And now Cube's the next target. Fun plus Phoenix stacked up as 5. Dominating the team fight in the jungle. And they'll pick up 4 kills on the Team WE.
There we go. All of a sudden, FPX turn WE. In fact, Monkey is able to complete that Trinity Force, so he is going to be able to wreck people if he can get himself into a good spot. Still going to be a little bit tricky with all of the damage and CC that FPX have available.
Trund on the 5v5s, not necessarily the easiest to go fully in, but with the setup for the rest of his team, could be a good opportunity here as a fight has already opened up. A Vampire's going to go down first. Monkey and Cube will shut down Care in the backline, but here comes that Mbessa. Sheer lays the public execution and another 1-for-1 trade as it's a 2-for-2 across the map, and WE gets something right back.
And it's the jungler specifically that goes down for FPX, so they're just not going to be able to play around this Drake. This is going to be second Drake going over to WE. When we have a look at that replay, it'd be really nice to see the decision making out of Monkey and Karis. Monkey and Cube. They just turn instantly onto Care, who's sort of out of position, and are able to take him down pretty much immediately. Stops this Azir from ever being able to get involved in the fight. And then from that moment on, it's much easier to play the rest of it out. Drake does go down, and it is going to be a Mountain Drake as our soul right here. Brilliant for either.
Teleport coming in from Care to make sure that this Rift Herald is controlled by Fun plus Phoenix, but another TP comes in from Cube as well, so they want to try to fight this. It's secured by Shadow, but here comes the call of the Forge God. It's going to knock up Assume, but he's far away from the rest of WE that they will not be able to find anything. The bullet time is cancelled by the pillar, and here comes the engage from FPX. Jue with a really nice quickness. The grand entrance goes on a 2, and Care only shuffles away 1 as Sheer now has to run away, separated from the rest of his team, but here comes Shadow to the rescue for his top laner, and the re-engage here onto Taeyun is big as well. Cube trying to find something of the Brittle procs. He'll only get 1 back as Shadow will drop, but still a 3-for-1 for Fun plus Phoenix.
And the Herald going to be picked up on top of that. Incredibly low. Same thing with Shui, but you're just never able to quite finish off the majority of these kills. Shadow falls, but that's the only member. Hang on, top side.
Yeah, Sheer could be in a little bit of a sticky situation, but actually going to stay alive for a long time. Finally, Taeyun picks up the kill, but now the quickness from Jue is going to land on the 3. Assume was frontlining for a bit, and so has to back off. WE fully stacking on the top side of the map are going to be able to find 1 kill onto the FPX top laner.
After picking themselves up those first 2 Drakes of the game, more than happy to just trade a couple of kills in the top side and some top lane pressure over for that objective. Now you can see Cube running for his life, being chased by Care and Shadow.
Ooh, nice Bella's breath from Cube. Not going to stop the engage from Shadow, though, with the 3 talent strike. Does knock him up. Should be enough damage to take him down. And so it's a trade of tops on opposite sides of the map. Most importantly, the Dragon going over to FPX as well.
And now the Rift Tower going to be spawned down in this bottom side of the map. Nobody feeling confident enough to be able to ride it, so it's just going to be a little bit of damage down onto that tier 2 tower in the bottom side of the map.
And allowing for Care to get essentially solo gold on this top lane tier 1. I believe he should get all of this here, as well as denying a lot of minions. Very good situation to help get this Azir further and further ahead.
With some easy knock-up tools from Monkey specifically, could just chuck the Pillar of Ice down wherever Assume is ulting and stop that one dead in its tracks. Hang on.
Vampire going very far in here. Only going to result in a little bit of poke onto Jue. As right now, WE are trying to set up priority around the river in the bottom side with the dragon spawning in less than 40 seconds. So right now, Sheer is trying to get a wave in as well and might be singled out here as there's a little bit of space between him and that bottom lane tier 1 turret. Nice pillar used here by Monkey will force Sheer to flash away. And now the Otacon will be started up by WE and FPX will be forced to respond.
Oh, this is risky though. Anytime you start up Atacam fast without winning a team fight, it's such a hard objective to be able to take down. It's down to about half HP right now. Mid lane has been pushed in by FPX Go, and here they are.
It's a big flank here. Shadow going to dash in first. Karis and guard does a lot here, and there's the public execution. Karis is down before the fight really ends up beginning. Karis, Shurima Shuffle only used defensively though, and Taeyun's still full HP on the backline. WE have already lost a member, but the health bar is still on their side. Shadow going to have to make a decision of trying to dive in to try to steal away this Otacon with Monkey still alive with 1,000 HP. The objective will reset, and everybody will back away.
Oh, lots of damage.
Doing a good job of defending, and now FPX will send themselves towards this dragon to teleport already in from Karis. They want to make sure it is a 5v5. Pillar comes out, provides a little bit of space right now, and here comes the poke wars. The Ezreal and the Victor can do a lot to try to get themselves into the pit.
Sheer trying for a little bit of a flank right now. I don't know that anybody knows he's sat there.
Still hunting, still looking. That dragon is at 4,000 HP. Sheer hunting for a public execution. Monkeys is going to be able to get into the pit, and so it will be a 50-50. Shadow dashing forward, but it's stolen away by Team WE. The Call of Forge God lands on a 3, but now the Wombo combo can commence. Taeyun has to shift away. Will be able to survive and take a kill down onto Sheer.
Oh, Cube!
Knockup comes through from Cube. The Searing Charge will find 3. Karis Shuffle does not enough, and Monkey still frontlining. Will get taken down by Assume, who's suddenly popping off. It's a triple kill, a quadra kill for the Misfortune. Gonna make it a penta onto Taeyun. It's a 1v1 between the penta kill for Assume.
It's a complete mess of a team fight, but in the end, Assume comes out on top, picks up that penta, and they manage to get themselves some more gold on the backside of that fight as well. Bloodthirst of Misfortune is insane, and as we jump out of the replay, we're also going to get this Atacam coming through right here for FPX. So they've managed to get themselves out to a big advantage in this one. Look at that damage.
8k, baby. That's the power of this MF. Now at 3.5 items, by the way, as you might have seen in inventory right now. As a full Infinity Edge and a Lord Doms. And now going towards the Collector here. And WE need to know that they need to make a play happen right now if they want to try to get themselves back into this game. They're down about 4,500 gold. Teleport going to come in. It is Cube on a massive flank, and FPX know it, but are just going to have to try to go forward to make sure this objective doesn't fall. Solar Flare comes out. It doesn't stun anybody up. The Call of Forge God is going to find the Misfortune. Searing Charge in. The MF is going to drop as WE claim themselves the Baron, and are going to look for the fight. Sheer going to go down, and Jue and Care are now on the run. It is WE picking up a huge win off the back of Cube and the decisiveness of Monkey.
And there we go. That's what we need to see from WE to get themselves back into this game. As much as it's been back and forth, as much as you should to start this one out, and it means Karis has enough time to put down the ulti. Yes, Karis then dies, but once that Arcane Storm is there, it's chasing the remaining members of FPX away from that fight. Really unfortunate play from Sheer to not be able to hit that one. The rest of the members of WE, they respond in kind. Make it work. Big damage here from Taeyun onto Jue. Huge damage, actually. Nearly managing to take out the support right there for FPX. And they're going to use this Baron Bush to push forward. Pick themselves up that bottom lane tier 1. The stubborn remaining tier 1 tower. Now, can they crack open any of these tier 2s and maybe even the base?
It's going to be difficult because they are still down in gold. FPX still with that 2k advantage. Large part of it onto the big carries for FPX as well. Care and Assume. Both looking very powerful here compared to their counterparts, although Taeyun is starting to dish out some damage as well. Care on the top side, going to take down that top lane tier 2. But now the inhibitor tower surely to go down, and a tier 3 is the first one to fall. Inhibitor in the bot lane going to go down as well as FWE do get their reward. Now can they escape without losing a member though? Jue looking for a potential engage. They're up 1-0 in this series, looking to close things out potentially here if the fight goes their way. But this was the fight that Assume got a pentakill around 5 minutes ago. Shadow chunked out very low. He had the Guardian Angel, but will likely have to use it if he wants to try to get in that pit and steal this Drake away. It's been started up by Monkey.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push forwards onto this
They're
one.
giving
Be really good with the smites. Yeah, indeed, it's just going to be the push down onto the mid lane. You should be able to pick up the mid lane tier 2 tower right here, but that is going to be Mountain Soul going over to WE. That shield, huge when these margins have been so close. For Jury, they've got a lot of poke on their composition, and once they can get on top of towers, they're going to take them down very quickly. But there is a lot of wave clear available to FPX. I don't know how much they're going to be able to push onto these towers without having a Baron buff available to them.
Zoom just
Monkey,
face tanking right now with the now flash away from the solar flare. Public execution though lands onto one
no.
and a huge ulti comes through. There's the wombo combo as Zoom picks himself another triple kill. Karis going golden, also going to fall as WE go way too far forward and fall right into the team fighting hands of Fun Plus Phoenix.
It's just going to be Cube still available on the map, attempting to teleport back, but I think it's going to be cancelled. Oh, not quite. Cube is going to be able to get back to base, but still, we've got 20 seconds until Vampire's back up, 30 seconds until any of these main carries is available. This should be the end. Can Cube even stop this one? There's no real minion wave, although there is one on the way. There is a super minion wave in the base as well right here for FPX.
Okay.
Be forced to back up
They're
right
syncing
here.
up the wave.
Seconds.
They're making sure that that cannon wave, that cannon minion is also alive. Cube does not have to call the Forge God, so it's going to be very difficult for him to try to clear these minions out. Into the 1v4 they go. Vampire also is alive to try to find something, but it's just the tanks. Not enough damage here for Team WE whatsoever. Vampire sure to go down. The kill goes over to Care. Joy very low as Taeyeon has respawned. It's going to be a close fight around the Nexus. Monkey's here. Carrots is here. Can FPX do it?
They're on
the Nexus. It's so low. The staring shield not enough. And Team WE hold the line. They teleported the base, and they're going to win the series.
Oh, it was so close. FPX 200 health on the Nexus away from being able to pick up this game. But WE, they just about pull off the base defense. Cube and Vampire come in clutch. And WE, they are going to 2-0 versus FPX. They're going to keep their win streak alive.
What a game between W and FPX. A pentakill, a near taking of the enemy Nexus straight into a Unireverse card right back. Monkey on the signature trundle, hitting onto them, landing the final blow.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
It was Xiaohongren making the decision to just rotate back up to the top side. It's now a dive. Could be in the works here. Flash goes in. Tango Barbs lands on the Feather, but now 1xN is separated at 3v1 underneath her own tier 1. Common Spear does connect. 1xN is at 100 HP. Flashes away, but Elk's able to pick up first blood, but will go down in a trade. Feather looking for another one on the base shot. He goes forward. He flashes in and finds a W, but his old teammate will take him down. 2 for 1 off the failed dive. Bin's going to try to match it the exact same way as we await for those grubs to potentially be started up here. Knight stealing away the Emperor's Divide, forcing Satab back, as Satab is already taking a lot of damage and will have to be in a bit of a risky situation. Either stay around or lose a lot of resources. Knight dashing forward, it's gone. Duck does connect. Oh, Satab just wins the ulti, and Knight kicks himself an easy solo kill. Hoya has joined his team, and so it's going to be a wave loss here in the bot lane before Satab gets there after respawning. Be 2 grubs actually picked up by TT, and now they're looking for the chase. Equalizer goes on to Elk and on, and neither of them have their flash, so they're going to be in a lot of trouble. That's another kill picked up for Thunder Talk. Elk the next to drop. It's Salongren getting on the board, and Thunder Talk go 2 for nothing on the top lane play.
What do they do?
Face one as well. Equalizer is that was stolen away from Knight, is going to be used to try to chunk out Hoya, but the Equalizer used right back here from Hoya is going to clear out the entire wave. Now here comes the team. Going to be a 3v1 underneath the tier 1. Will it be enough damage? Enchanted Crystal Arrow does land here onto the Nico, and now Hoya could potentially fight back a little bit here, but the tower is juggled beautifully, and BLG will get away with their prize at the cost of the dragon.
Their team fight. They were always so good about snappy engages and all following through on the engages that you saw either from Betron or from Feather. At this point, now without that key jungler, we'll see if it's going to be the same look out of Thundertalk, because we get a little bit of a race towards these towers. Knight should be able to pick this one up first, even though it's just him taking this one down. One more to attack will do it, and that is going to be that tower picked up. First tower picked up right there for BLG.
Looks at the response, going to be in the mid lane here for Beishwan, but he gets immediately stunned by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and 1xN will be able to flash away. Elk goes in with the Killer Instinct. There comes the Pop Blossom from On, who turns himself on here in this team fight in the mid lane. It's a double kill in for Elk, but now BLG are on the wrong side of the map. Double teleports coming in. They want the full reinforcements here, as Saint and Xiaongren are going to be forced to flee.
This point's been still going to be very healthy for this potential Herald play. Once again, ThunderTalk are allowed to get into this pit first of all, but BLG, they go.
Oh, look at Beishuan immediately going in, but getting hit up by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Bin going in with a public execution. Equalizer buying some space. Here comes that Pop Blossom, and it lands on a 2, and it's followed up by Elk on the back line. BLG already picking up 3 with Hoya dropping. Satab dashing forward, trying to find something back, but he just sends himself straight into the rest of BLG. Overall, it is a 3-for-1. But still one on the backside of the map. Knight hunting for that remaining member as Feather is continuing to try his great escape. He's at full HP, but not in a good position whatsoever as the Explosive Duck connects from Knight, and that should be another kill picked up for Billy Gaming.
It's going to be the kill, and it's going to be the Herald going on over. Setab just desperately trying to get a kill onto Elk. Isn't going to be able to do so. Yep, we do indeed get some scrapping right here around the Dragon. It's just going to be picked up by ThunderTalk.
Oh, ThunderTalk get it. Okay, so they get a bit of an advantage. Xiaohongren goes in, the Crescent Guard finds 2 members, but here comes Knight. Dashing in with the Abscondo Duck, already finding the kill on the 1XN. And now this Silas is unstoppable on the back line. And Beishuan looking to go forward as well. Seitan picks up a 1K goal shutdown with the Emperor's Divide, but it's still 4 members down here for TT. Hoya, the last remaining survivor, trying to fight a 1v4. Beishuan not going to go down as he says goodbye to his former teammate. Hoya will drop. It's an ace picked up for you can throw out that encore from Feather, and that kind of sets up an Emperor's Divide from Satab, and that creates the situation that ThunderTalk are looking for. But when you're coming from left, right, and center, TT don't really have a response. Speaking of no response, Hoya's already out of things here, as BLG find another kill.
And now they're going to be able to set up the push. So it's potentially an option for BLG if they want to pull back and go and fight around that one. Still, I imagine they've got quite a lot of gold in inventory at the moment. This is going to
be shredded. This is the damage going to be taken here by the Thotacon as well. Will put BLG at a little bit of risk in a 5v5 team fight. Xiaohongren looking to try to have some sort of impact here in this game. They've already picked the first 2 Drakes. Will they find the Otacon as well? It's at 4,000 HP. Bin dashing forward. The Equalizer stolen away from by Knight is buying so much space. Xiaohongren has to flash away from the Otacon spawning. It gets stolen away by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow of all things from 1XN. And now the fight will get turned around. Feather with a 2-man encore, and BLG are on the run. What a steal from 1XN on the Ash. They're going to look for On, take the Nico down. It's 3-0 in favor of TT.
1XN, the big carry for ThunderTalk, the bright spark on a team that's otherwise been faltering, steals that one away just about. And actually, this Thornbound Atakan is a big buff to be able to pick up for yourself. Plus, there was objective bounty gold on top of it. Now, though, we are going to watch Knight try to jump the double Emperor's Divide. Oh, Setab, he's just going to go down right here. Knight ends up picking up that kill with the help of Elk. And it's a good play. Oh, he's not even able to do a second auto attack onto the Atakan to just pick it up. That's rough. That's really rough right there. And that's for him so far. This one's going to be no different. Going to absolutely shred through the members of ThunderTalk. Hoya just has to drop his Equalizer in order to clear out the wave at the moment. But I don't even know if that's fully going to be enough to save this tower. The main thing is that you keep buying space right here. Then maybe they can win these team fights.
Yeah, at this point, that might be what they're looking for. Or just an engage like this, straightforward onto On, who gets cut out just a little bit. Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out, and the AoE once again finds a target. 1XN playing
to just Ash this one over.
Now, this is definitely still a sticky situation for ThunderTalk, but they feel desperate at this point in the game. It's at half HP. Here comes Beishuan. Can he steal the Baron away from his former team? Into the pit he goes at 3,000 HP, but Beishuan's getting taken low. The Emperor's Divide takes him away. He goes down, and Xiaohongren steals away the Baron for his team. ThunderTalk picked up the objective, and now it's a 3v4 across the map. Knight's gonna dash in, misses the Abscond Duck, and that will be all. ThunderTalk get away.
An arrow. There's no follow-up. Oh wait, there they go.
Oh, Beishuan, he might have gone a little bit too far forward, though. He can't even pop the E, finally using it, but he's just going to go down. Saintat picks up the kill, and the jungler for BLG is dead right as the dragon spawns. To the mid lane tower they go. Elk eats the Equalizer and has to flash on out of there. ThunderTalk starting to come back.
Yeah, they're being able to push forwards. They get that tier 1 tower. Now they're pushing onto the tier 2 right now. They've still got themselves a Baron-empowered cannon minion, so this one will slowly but surely get chunked out. And ThunderTalk also have a Drake that they can go and get for themselves in a couple of seconds too. That would be sole point for ThunderTalk if they're able to pick it up.
It's another instance here for BLG where Beishwan not necessarily lined up with the rest of his team, but look at On! Combined with a stolen away Encore of Knight. It finds nothing though, as everybody on Thunder Talk is still alive. Satap finally get taken down by Elk, but underneath the tier 2 turret, Thunder Talk go, and they will be able to take down a couple more kills. The tower doing a lot of damage though. Hoya forced to run away, and all things considered, it's a 2v2.
But stuns available to you with Beishwan down. Beishwan is back up and available right now. He's had a couple of things stolen away. Can he steal this one away?
He jumps in, he smites it away! Second dragon secured by BLG, and now a teleport comes in.
BLG just going to be able to melt through this one as well. It is going to be spotted out. Teleports do come in as well. What can Thunder Talk do?
Yeah, Xiaohan was caught on a base, so this will be the Baron secured here for BLG. The question is, what can Thunder Talk do to try to find a fight? It looks like the answer is nothing. And so, really nicely done by BLG.
You're going to put your opponent's BLG onto Soul Point right here. They could get themselves... Absolutely. Knight stepping forwards right here is going to be able to pick up this tower in the bottom side of the map. Arrow comes through, misses. Oh, okay, and so you can keep the siege up on. If you can get a big pop blossom right here.
Yeah. The sweeper spots out Knight. Tangle Barbs lands onto Xiaohan Gren. He's going to be chunked out a little bit. Stolen away Equalizer will chunk out Feather. That's a little bit. Already the Crescent Guard utilized by the Xin Zhao. And that means that the PLG will have the easy opportunity to pick up their 4th Ocean Dragon of the game and secure themselves the soul, as Thunder Talk really didn't look for anything here. Chain of Corruption, or sorry, the Public Execution doesn't find anything, but here comes Beishwan jumping into 4 people. And now Hoya stuck in a 1v2 as well. Feather's still alive. Throws out the charm. It lands only on a bin, but he's going to get rooted up in 1x and is still untouched on the back line. It's going to be the first GA pop, but everybody on BLG still alive. Knight looking to dash in. Does not find the abscond abduct as bin flashes on out. Everybody's still alive. That's an all-out brawl in the blue side jungle here for BLG and Thunder Talk. But nobody is going to go down. The Ocean Soul doing work. And BLG already might... At this point, Blockster, the Baron's getting taken down, but Knight's already TP'd in. A massive flank has been set up for the Silas, and Satab and the rest of Thunder Talk are in a whole load of trouble. Stolen away charm goes on to 1xN. Knight dashing in onto the Ash, and it will be enough to take the AD carry down, and BLG will run away with things here in this team fight. It was a good effort from Thunder Talk, but it's not going to cost them anything here for Billy Gaming. They get themselves the ace, they get themselves the Baron, and they're going to get themselves a Game 1 win.
Yeah, they can just push this one through and end. It took BLG 40 minutes to be able to beat Thunder Talk right here. Not the dismantling of Thunder Talk that we were expecting. But still, Beishwan and the rest of BLG are going to be able to push forwards and take this to 1-0. Put themselves on game point right here. Crazy back and forth matchup. Thunder Talk was so close from being able to win that one out, but they make a snap call to go towards the Baron. Not the right decision. And it is going to be BLG 1-0 in this matchup. The Poppy game of all time with a ton of dashes that you really need to be worrying about. This was actually increased the amount of utility you can get out of that Steadfast Presence for Feather.
Actually opting for a red buff start. That's not something we typically see. As a little bit of trading, we'll open up the bot lane matchup here in the 2v2. Feather already having the Ignite proc on top of him. Gonna get hit by that 4-shot. All of a sudden, a lot of trouble here. On's going to flash forward. Feather might just be dead. One more auto is going to do it, and Alec picks up first blood for BLG.
Oh, was not expecting
a little quick update here. 1xN did go for the lethality build here with the comment and might be targeted here in this bottom lane with Beishwan joining the fray. Nice nice ulti here from Feather. Might keep him alive. The Ignite's ticking and finally get taken down by On. As that's the second kill picked up here for BLG in this game. Looking for Beishwan in Xiaohan Gren, but it's not going to find anything as 1xN. Very low on mana. We'll see if it can turn into more than just this dragon being taken down. Again, we said that overall TT's composition should be able to prioritize these major objectives and, you know, be able to have a good opportunity with them. But BLG are looking for kills and to try to snowball the gold lead to make sure that they will have no chance at getting to a potential Soul Baron or anything else. As with Hoya going down, that is Feats of Warfare picked up for Billy. Kind of alone here in that bush right now. As it is BLG to control this. With Bin having the Maiden as well. Already 2 of those grubs taken down, and now Satab gonna get targeted here, but a really nice engage from On. It's now 4-0, and the Lilting Lullaby will find 2. Stunned up is going to be the Fate Sealed. Knight goes in, Feather taken down, and BLG are just running away with this game.
They really are. They're now up by 5 kills. Jungle swap around.
Question is, how far can it grow? How much can it continue? Is it just a honeymoon or is this something more? Because right now it looks like everybody kind of playing a little bit better with Beishwan in the roster. Even if he's not involved, Bin gets a solo kill onto Hoya.
Hoya just to this squad. Actually, hang on. I'm surprised that Bin doesn't just push forwards and try to fully take that one. Fair enough, you could grab it on the next one, I guess.
You have 2 minutes until the plates fall if you want to try to go for one final push here, or maybe just save it for later regardless.
Yeah.
As it is a Dragon, now started up by BLG as well. Thundertalk did get the first one, as with Xiaohongren controlling that bot side of the map. But that is basically all they've been able to get so far. Can they finally find a kill? Heroic charge lands onto On, and that is finally Thundertalk getting on the board, although it is Feathers securing the gold. Teleport coming in. It is going to be Bin joining the fight here. The curtain call is going to find its 4-shot on a save tab, chuck him down to 100 HP. Ignite is taking him down. Bin flashes forward. He's got himself a double kill off of the TP, and the fates will be sealed for Thundertalk. It's a triple kill for Giga Bin, and BLG's up 9-1 in this game.
Usually I'm not a power plates right there. 3 kills, triple over to Bin, and the Drake. Oh, the Drake actually did go over to Thundertalk, so they were able to pick that one.
Still up.
Oh no, that's the second one. Nobody was even able to grab this one. Hoya, I think he's just dead again. This has been Hoya's entire split so far.
Thought he had time to push with that teleport down from Bin, but looks like there are other members here to try to take him down now as well. Knight gonna finish this one off and get some more gold into the back pockets of Billy. The Dragon finally also going Beishuan's way.
There we go. Now it's going to be 10 kills over to BLG. Like you said, they're actually able to grab that Drake that the first team fight didn't result in either. BLG are in firm control of this one. 5,000 gold in the advantage, and this tower should fall right here. Very surprising if it doesn't go down at this point into the game. There we go. 1 or 2 more autos from Knight is going to pick that one up. Feats very much good. Herald is going to be spawning right about now. Got a couple minutes until the next Drake and until the Atakan is going to spawn. Bin opens up in the mid lane. Curtain call 2.
Oh wow, the cage, it locks up 2 members of the bot lane, just gets caught in it, and Feather already going down. Bin at half HP, On going in with a Magnet Storm. Hoya taking very low, making it a 2-0 in favor of BLG. The Lilting Lullaby finds 2, but there's no re-engage underneath the tier 1 turret, and so Billy feeling very happy about where things are at right now. Satab dashing forward, finding a charm in on a Knight. That could be a single turnaround, but there's just not enough damage here for Thundertalk, as they're getting obliterated here in this second game.
The rest of BLG are going to turn around and attempt to go pick themselves up. This Herald, Xiaohongren is in the area. Can he get involved? Can he steal this one away? We did see some steals in the previous game, but he's not in a great spot. There are low health bars on BLG, though.
On his low. No. Heartbreaker out, though. Used defensively. Feather knocks away the Yone, but he's able to tether right back inside. The Rift Herald will be reset because it looks like BLG might just want to try to fight things out here a little bit longer. But now they will retreat, knowing that the
overall on the map from Thundertalk. It hasn't even been that Thundertalk have been trying to get aggressive, and they've been mis-executing on these aggressive fights, and that's how BLG are getting in.
Oh, Knight's very overextended here. It certainly will cost him his life. Fate Shield used already, and there comes the Steadfast Presence in from Feather to make sure a shutdown finally goes the way of Satab.
Though Critical going to open up. 1xN takes the first, takes the second. Third lands.
Fourth one not going to. But it does give away this mid-tier 1, and 1xN is going to be forced to run the wrong way here. And so the objective bounty was picked up in the top lane, but it's going to come at the cost of that mid lane turret, as we said. So the Rift Herald has been popped here by Satab, but the base is just continuing to fall.
No response whatsoever out of Thundertalk, and that really sucks for them, right? You've got yourself both the Smite and that Chomp from Hoya, but they haven't been able to use it at all so far. Second Drake going over to BLG as Knight continues to step up, get a little bit aggressive. We saw he overstepped in the top side of the back team as well. Stepping up to this one. Oh, it's
that half
so
HP.
Dark.
I mean, Xiaohongren is too far away. This objective surely will go down unless we can find a really nice Keeper's Verdict from Feather. It does not find a mark. Here comes a potential fight. Xiaohongren is going to get into the pit, but it's secured by Beishuan. Bin very low, though. Is going to have to run his way out of there. As the curtain call, not going to find any single kill. The 4-shot just gets tanked by a full health Cho'Gath. So no kills going over just yet. Beishuan throwing out the Swirl Seed.
BLG, they're not looking to over-accelerate this game. They're more than happy to play this one out a little bit slower. Now, looking for a potential pick here onto Hoya.
Yeah, Hoya's in a lot of trouble right now. There comes the watch out. EP just doesn't really work as a tank either. He's going to eat one of the minions to get himself the final stack that he can get off of a creep. But with his 5th death of the game.
Through the top lane, it's going to be a little while until he manages to make it to that tier 2 tower. But now in a 4v5, it's such a rough situation. You're getting pulled around the map, and
Lilting Lullaby connects. Oh, what a flash combo here from Knights to secure the kill on a Satab. And Soundgun went a little bit too far to try to defend his mid laner. It ends up in 2 kills going over to BLG as Thundertalk are now down 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's just getting worse and worse right here. You can see also Maiden smaller and smaller for them. And this just feels like it's going to be a loss. A 2-0 here for BLG. Exactly what we needed from and send the Maiden pushing down its own lane somewhere else.
It's not a free stack machine, is what I've learned. No. Yeah. It's, here comes the fight, potentially. Oh, what an engage. Started up here by On. Here comes Knight on the back line, gonna try to find Feather to start things off. Hoya and the rest of Thundertalk are gonna be able to shut down the Yone, so that's something back here for Thundertalk. But look at Bin pushing into the top lane, breaking open an inhibitor as we speak. It is a 1-for-0 so far, but still it is Thundertalk who are forced to run away in this situation. Beishwan continuing to cancel the resets. It might cost him his life though, as Elk will take down Hoya on the back end of things. I think with a Deadly Flourish or with a Curtain Call, I'm not 100% sure. That's an inhibitor down in the top lane. Bin is going to head back all happy. And Thundertalk, despite finding an advantage, still are going to lose out on the eventual trade.
And this is how you use the Yorick, right? You just push through the top lane. Yes, your team kind of loses out onto the fight, but they don't fully lose, as Thundertalk has to immediately peel back, head back into the base, stop this Yorick from being able to just take everything they own. This is now going to be a 3-item completed Hull Breaker Yorick. We'll just melt through towers. Xiaohongren as well. You don't want to step into this bush, buddy. Is just going to get taken down. Elk picks up that kill as well, and things go from bad to worse for Thundertalk. To any of these key carries, Elk ends up chasing Hoya around in the jungle for forever. It's just going to be a 4th shot that picks up this kill, you'd have to imagine. Yep, plenty of damage on that one. And actually, on the picture-in-picture,
Knight finds another knock-up onto Hoya, gets rooted up by the Deadly Flourish, but all of a sudden the Cho'Gath starts to do a little bit of damage. But again, as soon as any fight starts to open up around the river, it's Bin just opening up the gates into this bottom lane. This time another inhibitor will drop.
Right here, this is exactly what you want to be doing with this champion, just constantly getting involved. And I think Bin has actually played this one out really well. If he wins this one, he's actually going to be 3-1 on this champion. I've not loved the Bin Yorick, but has been relatively effective for them so far, and in this game specifically, teleporting into team fights when
can you still
I'm pretty
accidentally
sure
do that?
You can no longer sell it. That was very funny when it first happened, but no, I'm not going to be sellable. Xiaohongren once again going to get jumped right here. Bin does so much damage to him. His little minions too. Ow! Is he dead? He's dead. Oh
Sends the ghouls on a ride straight into the body of Xiaohongren as Bin is just taking over this game. Hoya's gonna go down. Elk fighting a 1v3 as Knight will drop once more. As Satab is very low, the Keeper's Verdict gonna knock away just the Rel, but Beishwan comes in. This is Beishwan's game against his former team, and the jungler for BLG is gonna send his team to a 3rd straight series win with relative ease. This time around, a 27-minute victory over Thundertalk as BLG jump up to 7-5.
Playing game right there from BLG. They're just about beginning to separate.